Welcome back to another pickup video. This is for 7 PlayStation 3 games and 1 solitary Xbox 360 game. But suffice to say, I'm really pleased to get them all because they are all ones that I wanted to get. Some are excellent, and there's 1 or 2 which aren't particularly great, but I still wanted to get them, and I'll maybe hopefully explain why. Now, the first one I've got is for the Xbox 360. Like I say, it's the only game in this video which is for the 360, and it's a classic, an absolute classic. It's Call of Duty 2, the Game of the Year edition, with these annoying stickers on, well, that side, isn't it? On the front there and on the side. And even more annoyingly is this one here is on the actual insert. So that one's just on the case, that can come off easily. But that one, annoyingly, like I say, may cause a bit of damage. So what I might do, because I'm typically OCD about this, I may keep this for a while, play it, obviously, enjoy it, then when a better quality one comes, get that and then sell this one. I know some people don't care about it, but I do. What can I say? We all like different things. These stickers absolutely get on my wick. But yeah, Call of Duty 2, Game of the Year edition, absolutely fantastic. Now, for me, and this is, I don't know, it depends which way you look at it, but I personally, so I guess if it's a personal thing, then it's right, for me anyway. I personally prefer this to the current gen, modern, I should say, Modern Warfare games, modern Call of Duty games. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like the Call of Duty games. They are just the same thing rehashed constantly, but I do enjoy them. Nowhere near as much as I used to, but I do still enjoy them now and again for 15, 20 minutes here and there. But going back to this, it just reminds me so much of, well, just when I first got a 360. I mean, this is a launch title. I've touched upon this story before, but I remember going to HMV in Oxford, and it was around about the time where I'd lost a bit of interest in gaming, for the previous few years, like the early millennium, I guess. I did have PS2s, I did have original Xboxes, but I didn't really play them unless friends were around. I just lost a lot of that interest. But when I was in HMV, like I say in Oxford, I saw a kiosk, a display, playing this game, and it was just before the 360, or maybe the 360 had just come out. It was that kind of time anyway. And I looked at it and I thought, wow, that looks amazing. I played on it and I thought, this is absolutely fantastic. And I just had to get it, and I did, and I've loved it ever since. It's a classic game. Now, I have taken it online, as some people who are on my Xbox friends list may have seen me on this quite recently, and I'm loving it. There's not a lot of people playing it online, really. You do get to the stage where you are starting to recognise the same old faces or gamer tags, so it's got a bit of a devoted kind of cult following. But it doesn't spoil the fun. The only thing that is frustrating, or the only annoyance, is that it doesn't have a sprint button, so it can feel a little bit slow and a little bit cumbersome. But it's still a brilliant game, and I'm absolutely loving it. I've finished the game on the veteran difficulty level, so I've got like 1,000 achievements, or 1,000 achievement scores. Achievement scores? Achievement points? What the hell you bloody call it? And but I'd quite happily play through the game again because it's really, really good. It's very hard as well. Anyway, so that's that. Really pleased with that. Now, there's 7 360 games. Sorry, the 7 PS3 games. Now, speaking of Call of Duty, this is its main rival at the moment, and it is, straight away, Battlefield 3. Now, you're probably thinking, hang on, didn't you pick that up on launch day for the 360? Yes, I did. And I've got it back on the PS3. It was really cheap. It was $12. There's some moron was selling a lot of these games on Buy It Nows for like, $10, $12. And as you'll see, I picked up some stupid bargains. The most I paid for any of these games was $15, but that was only for one of them. The rest of them were all under $11, which is mental when you see what a couple of titles are. So like I say, to pay that kind of price for this was silly, and I couldn't turn it down. But the one thing that I knew is that when I got the game through the mail, when it arrived, I thought, surely the code's going to be used, the online activation thing, and it has been used. I expected it, it's not a problem. But I took it online anyway, and the message came up and said, well, that code's already been used. If you want to take it online, you've got to pay, is it like $7.99 or whatever it was? Do you want to do it? And in a kind of heat of the moment, spur of the moment thing, I just said yes. So I paid an extra like $8 or whatever it was to play it online. But I don't mind because I've taken it online, and I do have a batch of friends who I play this with on the 360, and obviously now who I'll be playing with on the PS3. And it's just a really great game. It's so bloody fantastic. There are a few annoyances with it, as you could say, with any game. The big one isn't really to do with gameplay for me. It's the fact that the PS3, on my one at least, has locked up around about 4 times in the past 4 or 5 days with this. Just completely freezes. And I've, went on to Google, and it's quite a common problem, which clearly is frustrating. But it doesn't happen, I said it doesn't happen a lot. 4 times in 4 days is quite a lot. but it doesn't really spoil the fun in the sense that you don't really think, well, that's it, I don't want to play it. It's just a case of you want to reboot the system and play it again. It's a very kind of addictive game. So yeah, if you've been thinking about getting this, then just get it. It's really, really good. PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, either way, it's fantastic. Next one up is a game which I've seen Sean Sidious do a gameplay feature for. I think he's on to like part 8 or 9 or 10 or whatever it is. Now, I haven't watched them all, or yet at least, and the only reason why is because I knew I was getting this, and I didn't want to watch, like, you know, all the characters and all the levels, you know, before me. I wanted to play it myself first. So, and that game anyway is Mortal Kombat. Like I say, the price, ludicrous, $11. And yeah, I wanted to get this when it came out, but I was absolutely 100% utterly not going to pay, you know, $50, $60 for it. 40, way too much. 30, possibly may have done, but I thought that was a bit too much. 20, yeah, I probably would have done, and it kind of still hovers between sort of $18 and $25. But when I saw it for the price that I got it for, I just had to get it. Not played it yet, but really looking forward to doing it. I'm more of a Street Fighter guy, got to be honest, but I'm looking forward to giving it a crack. Next one up was a cheap and cheerful one. I think this was $3, but it was one I was curious of getting, and I saw it on a video from someone in the community ages ago. Sorry, they're not in the community, at least not in the circle that I kind of socialise with. They don't make any kind of pickup videos, it's just the odd gameplay video. And even then, their video that they did for this was years ago, so maybe they're not even making vids anymore. Anyway, that's by the by. This game is called Soldier of Fortune Payback. It's a relatively early game, 2007, so a very early game actually for the PlayStation 3. It's incredibly gory. I mean, ridiculously over-the-top gore. But it's fun. It looks pretty good, bearing in mind it's an early title. But there's some features in the game which have made it incredibly dated. I mean, incredibly dated. And what I may do is some kind of gameplay feature for this, but I don't have a high-definition capture card, so it'll just be a standard capture card thing, and it might not come out well. But I'll do a vid, and if it looks alright, I'll upload it. If it doesn't, I won't. But it's kind of a funny game anyway. Next up is a game called, well, I'll just show you straight away, it's Dirt. Now, anyone watching in PAL regions will know this game as Colin McRae's Dirt, but over here, the series isn't Colin McRae, it's just known as Dirt. And yeah, I've wanted this for a long, long time, but bizarrely, now I don't know whether maybe it's just because it's a limited print run, but it's not tricky to get hold of, but it's tricky to get hold of at a sensible price. This doesn't really go for anything less than, say, $12 to $15, and it's been consistent for a couple of years at least. So yeah, I can only put that down to a limited print run, and therefore it commands, you know, a relatively high price. But I really wanted to get it, and when I had the opportunity to get it for $9.99, including shipping, on a buy it now, I just had to get it. Now, the same seller for $15 was also selling the sequel, Dirt 2, with the, I mean, you could spot that a mile off if it's on your shelf. You know, when you've got all the games behind you on the shelf, and you're like, where's that game? What am I looking for? Where is it? With this one, it just sticks out like a sore thumb. So yeah, I wanted to get this one as well. I wasn't in an immediate rush to buy this. You know, I wanted to play this one first, but as it happened, the same guy, like I say, was selling them. This was, I think, $15. Was it 15? Including shipping, yeah, $14 or $15, buy it now. And I was happy to do it because, again, it kind of commands a 15 to early 20s kind of dollar value on that one. So pleased to get it. Now, last but not least, there's two, but they're both in the same series, so it's going to give the other one away straight away. But I'll show the first one, it's Uncharted 2, let's show the second one as well, and Uncharted 3. Now, these ones, for the price, was ludicrous, had to buy it straight away. Obviously, the guy either didn't care and just wanted to get rid of them, or he didn't know what he was selling and just listed them on the most stupid buy it now ever. Now, I have finished Uncharted and I loved it. It took me about a year and a half of owning it before I got round to playing it. But when I did, I thought it was absolutely amazing. I know this one's meant to be absolutely fantastic and better than the first, arguably better than the third, some say, but I haven't ever played it. Now, I did have this on a pickups video, again, around about a year ago, but I sold it not long after, because I knew I wasn't going to play it, or at least anytime soon, and I thought, well, I might as well get, you know, the maximum for it, which was kind of, what, $30, $35 back then. So it just goes to show that, you know, you wait about a year and a half, or whatever it is, and you can pick it up for silly money. Still got stickers on there, that can come off easily, so it looks a bit of a mess, but I'll take that off, so it's not a problem. And, yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing it. Now, I will play this single-player campaign before I play this one, but what I may do with this, Uncharted 3, I may take this online, because I did play the beta when it came out. When was it? Around about the summer October, November time. Whenever the beta came out for Uncharted, I played it and I did enjoy it. But I didn't really get into it because I knew it was the beta. I knew there'd be things missing from the game. I knew a lot of things would be locked. So I thought, well, I'm just going to really get into the game when it comes out. So yeah, I'm not going to play the campaign, or knowing me, I probably will. But I don't plan on playing this campaign before I've played Uncharted 2. But I'm going to be taking this online because I think I'm going to like it. I think. So anyway, that's that. 7 PlayStation 3 games and 1 Xbox 360 game. More to come in the mail as per usual. But as and when, I probably won't do another pickups video for another couple of weeks at least. But yeah, I've got some really good stuff arriving. I bought a few Amiga games, but I've had to get them sent to my parents because they wouldn't ship to America. Unbelievable. But it's, you know, not a problem. So they're probably not going to be arriving for probably 3 months, knowing my luck. But when they do, I'll feature them and I'll have a Games X video up. Maybe Friday, maybe Saturday, I guess it depends. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you later.